How to build a WordPress website in 2022. So previous to this video, we have just put out tutorial videos using drag and drop website builders. There aren't any other WordPress videos on this channel, but WordPress got much easier where I'm comfortable now creating a video walking you through step-by-step how to create a WordPress website using Elementor Cloud. So thank you Elementor for sponsoring this video. This is a great opportunity for me to show you an easy to use website builder and also something lower cost than all of the other website builders we've previously talked about on this channel. So for Elementor Cloud, you get hosting, WordPress, and the Elementor easy to use platform with a bunch of their templates for $99 per year. So most other website builders start at around $12 per month and go up from there. And if you're not paying annually, you could pay even more for your website builder. So from $144 to let's say $200 is what you'd pay for most drag and drop website builders. Using Elementor Cloud, you're spending $99 per year. So now let me walk you through step by step how to build a website using Elementor Cloud. Here's what it'll look like when you get to elementor.com. If you want to follow along with this tutorial, I'll put our affiliate link down below in the description. If you use our link and make a purchase, we may earn a commission, but at no extra cost to you. Now let's start building our website. So what we can do to get started is click on choose your plan. And then, so here you see cloud website, $99 per year. If you already have a WordPress website and hosting, you could use the Elementor plugin. But if you're starting from scratch, it'll be easier to get everything set up using Elementor Cloud. So now we're going to click on Buy Now. Fill out all of our information, continue. One thing to mention before I enter my credit card information, they do have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So other website builders may have a free trial with Elementor Cloud. Sign up, pay the $99. If you're not happy with it within the first 30 days, you can message Elementor, cancel your plan, and get a full refund. But back to the tutorial. Then with your contact information and your credit card information, click on Pay Now. Okay, thank you for your purchase, Jeffrey. Start creating your website. Okay, my website's name, greater than enough. Next. So your website domain will be greaterthanenough.elementor.cloud. Later on this video, I'm going to connect greaterthanenough.com, but they give you a subdomain at elementor.cloud to start out. Let's click on next. Okay, so what kind of website are you creating? So this is for our personal finance YouTube channel. We need a website. We want to create blog post content that's similar to our YouTube videos. So of the four options, let's click on blog and then click on next. Okay, so choose a website kit to start with. So we have pre-selected blog and it looks like there are 8 results for blogs. I imagine for the other kits, you could also add a blog. And if we click on blog, what you'll see is there's 4 types, so portfolio, blog, online store, business, corporate website. And then let's just go to all types. So there are 103 kits, also broken down by categories. So you have business and services, health and wellness, portfolio, creative, blog, travel, food, events, e-commerce, education, beauty and hair, technology. So there's a bunch of options for different categories. So if we click on health and wellness, you can see they have a blog, family doctor, health and beauty spa. So there's quite a few different pre-built templates. And obviously, as you're going to see in a second, that we can customize the kit that we choose. So let's go back to all categories. And then they have levels. So there's basic, moderate, and advanced. And then you also see right along the top left-hand corner, so advanced, moderate, basic. So you can see for each of the kits, it's going to show you the level. So let's just go back to blog. And if you want to see any one of these in more details, if you hover over, you can obviously just say start with this kit, or better to first click on what's inside to learn more about this particular kit. This is a business advisor blog. And so you can see that you can view it from this screen on a computer, tablet, or phone. If you scroll down further, it's going to tell you more about this kit. So it comes with 3 pages, a home, about, and contact. So I think for what we're looking for today, the website we're building today, this could potentially work. And there are 4 site parts. You have a footer, header, single post, 404 page. And if you want to have a better view of the website as opposed to viewing it within this small screen, you can click on preview right here. So for example, if I wanted to see full screen on my phone, what this website was going to look like, I could just copy this link, send it to myself via Slack or wherever, and view this to make sure, hey, I'm really happy with this kit. But I think taking a quick look at this, we have the About Me section, and then there's an About Me complete page. There is also the contact page, and it looks like the blog post articles are going to feed in at the bottom of the homepage. So I think for what we're going to be using this for, this kit could work well. So let's close this page. And so we could obviously go back and view the other kits if we weren't happy with this one, or click on Start with this kit. While you're waiting, we are setting up your WordPress dashboard. Ta-da, your site is ready. Check your email for details about signing in. Let's go. Your one-click way, use this button to start creating. Got it. Okay, so need another cloud website, add one easily. So if you're managing several cloud websites, you can just add another one right here. And so what we want to do now is start editing our new website with Elementor. Okay, so here is the home page that we can start editing. But before we do that, I want to make sure that the formatting is set up so that when we add new things, it's going to use our fonts, our colors, everything else. So if we click on the three little lines right here, we can go to Site Settings. And so what you can see here are the global colors and global fonts. So we can just update everything and it should update across our site. So global colors would be the first thing. So the primary color, and this is something that you may want to play around with depending on the templates you're using. If you have particular colors and you want some to show up not too often, then maybe that wouldn't be the primary color, it would be the secondary color, the text color. So it's one of those things where it may take a little bit of time to get the layout or the styling right, given the different colors you have in your color palette and how it's set up with the template. So for greater than enough, right now we are just using two primary colors. So we have a dark gray, that's just 28, 28, 28, and we have this color green. So let's see where we should add these. I'm betting the green I don't want to use too much because it's pretty bright. So I think something like that is probably right. So for the buttons and things like this, happy to use this green color. The text, what we're going to use is our gray. So that was what, 28, 28, 28. And then so we have black as a secondary color, and right now we don't have another color. I don't think this green should be primary, so I'm just going to use the same gray right now, and if things don't look good, then we'll have to figure out if we need another color. Okay, so we have now primary, secondary text, accent color, and if you want a different white or background color, you can adjust that here, full transparency, Azure, background color. Okay, so I think with this, we're good with the fonts. Let's see if we go back now, or with the colors now, if we go to global fonts, the only font that we've been using, so trying to make it fairly simple, is Roboto. So single post title, Roboto slab. So maybe we'll just keep that. Okay, so that's good. Let's click off. Medium title, Roboto slab. Let's just see the difference between Roboto slab and Roboto. Okay, so this is the medium title. So does that change anything? Let's click off here. Accent, hero main title. Let's go to just normal Roboto. Where did it go? Okay, so there's a little bit of a difference. So maybe we just go through and start updating for just Roboto. Text 1, there we go. Medium title, single, whoa. I gotta click off some things, okay. All right, so I think we updated all the titles now. So if there are specific things as we're going through the template, like you can see there are custom fonts for the about page quote. So if I don't like that, so that's still Roboto slab, let's just change that. And so just know if there are things that you want to change specifically with the fonts or the colors, you're going to find that in site heading or site settings right here. And then you have typography, buttons, images, form fields, the header and footer that we'll get into in a little bit. Then you have the site identity. Okay, and then so for site identity, you can see the site name we already have, the site description. So let's say best personal finance website on the internet. Okay, and so one of the things for some of these, you want to be mindful that there's an update button down at the bottom. So the site logo, choose image, insert media. And then for the favicon, so it's important to add this. Otherwise, you're going to have this little globe icon or potentially the Elementor icon for your favicon. So it's important to add your own image, which we'll do right now. Insert media and update. Your changes have been updated. You can go back to the editor. So, okay, so we have our logo. So I imagine now if we go to refresh. Okay, so we have the favicon, we have our logo. Let's just start at the very top of the home page and work our way down. So the first part, so if you scroll over this, you're going to see edit the header. Let's edit that. And so what you can see now is I can mouse over some of the different things. So the logo that we have right here is almost basically impossible to see. So what do we want to do here? If we click on edit, so what do we have here? We have an image, we have the width, we have the max width. Let's work on the height. So if we increase that, that actually looks a lot better. It's not being squished anymore. The issue that we're running into with our logo right now is with this light gray background, white text, really, really hard to read. So I would say from here we have two options. One, we change the background color of the header, or we swap out the logo for our dark gray text as opposed to white. So you could do this either way. Let's figure out how it would actually work in this editor. So if we click on the three dots here, so we have the background, so it's normal, the background type. And so this is the color. So if we were to, instead of, let's just copy this color in case we want to go back to it. So if this were down here, obviously the logo is really, really easy to read right now. I think I liked the light gray. So what I'm going to do now is go and update my logo in Canva and then come back. But this is what happens as you build your website. You have your logo, you have your favicon, you have some image you want to use, you have some of the text you want to use. And then as you go adding it to your website, there's going to be some small tweaks you want to make along the way. All right, let's make the background of this white. Then the text will make our gray. Boom. There's that. And then so now let's download this logo. Now let's go back to Elementor. Oh, as of course I forget something. So this one thing you want to make sure to do with your logo is to download it without a background. So let's do this again. Download Elementor, 3 lines, site settings, site identity, change logo, upload files, and let's do this again. Insert media and update, refresh. Okay, so the logo looks much better now. The heading, I think, is good to go. So let's move on to the next section. let's see. So the idea with greater than enough is around abundance. So we could say something like creating abundance. And so then let's update the subheading. So what we had, earn more, spend smartly. Sure, I don't know if that's really a word. Spend smartly and invest wisely. Sure. So that could be the subheading. And what do we want here? So do we want to send someone to the About Me section, or maybe this would be a link to one of our blog post articles? But for right now, so you can see here, for when you click on one of the buttons, what's going to happen is type default. So you may have different types of buttons. If we wanted to say, so for example, we have a guide for automating your finances. We could say automate your finances, and we could take people to sign up for that guide. But let's just leave this how it was, about me. Okay, and then scrolling down further. So what we have in this section and this width, we have the button aligned to the left. If we wanted it to be centered or aligned right, we could adjust it like so. The size, so we could go all the way to extra small to extra large. And so one of the things that's important is for the button, you want to update the link as well. So if you go to link options, open link in new window, add no follow, custom attributes. So for example, info, here is the automate your finances guide. So what we could do if we wanted to just send people there, we update this link. So we may want to say sign up here to auto. Okay, and so if someone clicks here, they're going to be taken to the landing page to sign up for our automation guide. Then the next thing we want to look at would be updating this image because it is not me. So if we click on edit, it's going to pop up along the left-hand side, choose image. Then we have right here, we have a photo of me that we can use. Let's drag and drop. There we go. I do not know if these colors are going to work perfectly with the website we're building, but there we go, photo of me. So we updated the header, we updated what would be called the hero section, the main top section of your homepage. And let's just scroll down further. So with the website, you're going to see you're building it out in sections. So here is the header section, here is the hero section. Below that, right now it's set up to pull in the different blog post articles, but we may want to add a new section. So let's do that. So if we hover over here, you can see that there is a plus button to add a section. So what do we want here? So there are widgets. So you can drag one of them here. So if we did that, so here are the different things that we could add to this page or to this section right here. So a button, a video. So let's just add a video right now. Okay, so we have a video placeholder. Let's open up our YouTube channel and add one of the videos from here. Cashback. So let's say how to buy an ETF. How to buy? Whoa, quiet down, Jeff. Okay, so here we are with this. And so we have the source of the video. So it's going to pull in from YouTube, Vimeo, Dailymotion, or a self-hosted video. Update the link. And there we go. We have one of our YouTube videos added to our homepage. So there are a couple options here for the video. So you could autoplay the video. You can mute the video, loop the video, add the player controls, modest branding, privacy mode. Okay, so I think I'm okay with the video like so, but let's see what happens if we click on style or advanced. So one of the things here, so if we wanted to add margin or padding, so to not potentially take up the full width. So you can see now, so I'm adding margin, which is taking that section and adding space around it, so that makes the video smaller. So if you didn't want the video to take up the entire width and be huge, this is basically how you could go and change that. And so that is adding a video, adding a section. Then if we just scroll down further, if we want to think through other things that we may want to add to this home page, let's go and click the plus button again and hit plus here. So you can select your structure. So if you want to break this up into columns, there are a bunch of different column options, or you can have something that takes up the entire width like so. And then if we click on the plus, it's going to open up all the different elements that we could have. So if we wanted to add a heading, let's do that. There's a heading. Here's a cool heading about money. Okay, so we have the heading now. And then if we were to go back, so if we go back here again, what else do we want to add to this section? So image, text editor, button, video, divider, spacer, icon, Google Maps. So if you have a physical location, you can add the Google Map right here. You can have your post, portfolio, gallery, form. One thing that I want to show you that I think is important, so you could add a form. So if you wanted to grow your email list, we have a whole bunch of videos on this channel about growing your email list. There are essentially two options with Elementor and the email marketing software that you use. So you could use an Elementor form and then connect that form to your email marketing software. In our case, it would be ConvertKit. Or what you can do is add HTML to your website, and that HTML contains a form from your email marketing software. So let me show you what that might look like. So we go to our email marketing software, and then we need to find a form. Okay, here's our Automate Your Finances form. And then what we want to do now is publish. So to publish it, you can have JavaScript, HTML. So let's do HTML. And then in the top right-hand corner, you can copy it, go back to Elementor, and let's see, where is the HTML option? Okay, so here we go. Here is the HTML. Let's add that down below right here. And then we can paste the code from ConvertKit in our case. And you can see right here that we pulled in the form to be able to grow our email list right on our homepage. Okay, so one thing I noticed with the form is I don't really like how it's right below the title and it's all the way along the left-hand side. So one thing we can do is we can edit this section, and then if you go to advanced, you're gonna have the layout. So you can play around with either the margin or the padding to see if you can move it around to get the layout that you're looking for. So let's try with the padding. So the first thing you'll notice with this is that the values are linked, so it's going to add the same all the way around. So that could be okay with you if that's what the look you wanted, or you can unlink the values. And so maybe I want 10 on the top, 10 on the bottom, and let's say on the left we do 50. And we just say this is 50. And so now we have something at least a little bit away from the left-hand side, and there's a little bit of spacing below the border. Obviously, this is personal preference on how you want something to look, but this is where you find the margin and padding that you can make adjustments to. Scrolling down further, what we have here is this is essentially pulling in all of the blog posts. So let's start out and just update the title. So become a personal finance expert. Okay, and then so this section here for the paragraph for me looks really, really strange, squished into the middle like it is. So again, let's see what's going on with the layout. So you can change the alignment, left, right, center. If we go to advanced, you're gonna see here is the padding that's set up, which just seems a little bit strange. So if we lower this to have both the left and right to be 16, the text is a little bit wider. For me, this looks a lot better. One of the things is, like, I don't know if this paragraph text is really needed. So one of the things that we can do, you'll notice along the side here, the navigator. So with the navigator, there's a couple things you could do. You can hide something, so you can just make it disappear like that. Or if you essentially right click on it, you're gonna have the option to delete it. So there we go, just the title now, and then you have the blog post articles. One of the things that I'm seeing here that's a little bit strange is normally when you have a list of blog post articles, it doesn't start with the oldest first. And how I know that is generally the first blog post article says hello world. So let's see what we can do in terms of the formatting of this list of blog post articles. I'll show you how to create new articles and delete these ones that were already existing on the template in just a second. So edit posts. And so what do we have here? So skin, classic, columns 2. So if we wanted more columns, so if we made it 3 columns, it's going to look like this. And the image position, so if we wanted the images on the right instead of the left, we can do something like that. Let's go back. The image size, image ratio. Do we want the title? We can get rid of it if we don't, but I do think the title is important. The one thing maybe is the excerpt. So do you want this text right here to be showing up on these articles? We could get rid of it so it looks something like that. And then we have the metadata of the date that we're showing. And if we scroll down further, there's query and pagination. So pagination, you can see the page limit. If we scroll down a little bit further, there's 3 pages. It's going to only show up to 5 pages if we have it set this way. Instead of numbers, we could go to previous or next. And then in query, right now it's set up for source, post, include, term, which for term is essentially if you had tags. So for example, for personal finance, we could have one tag for investing, another for credit cards, and then I could have this replicated of this list of blog post articles, but just for the particular category or tag. There are none of those set up right now. So this is just a list of all of the articles ordered by date, and right now it's in ascending order. And as I was saying before, we want to switch that. And so if we go here, I randomly created this blog post article just a second ago to see if this would work. So here is the article that I created, and then you have all the ones that came with the template. I'll show you in a little bit how to fix that. So I think this looks a little bit better now, given that we changed the title, we deleted the subtitle text, and it's in descending order now. So the newest one will be listed first. Then with all of this, we want to click on update. And then there we go, we have that. And then if we scroll down further, we have the footer. So this is important. This is something that's going to show up on all of the pages. And so you can see it already pulled in our logo, but obviously make better decisions. Okay, so now let's move on to updating the copyright. So if we click on edit here, so this is something I'm not totally certain how to update myself. So in advance, it looks like here's the text that's afterwards. What I'm going to do is just delete all of it and say 2022, then no, something like that. Obviously in 2023, this now isn't going to auto update, but we'll deal with that a year from now. Now we have the social icons. So what we want to do here is click on edit. So Twitter, we're not going to use. So if we go to icon library, and then let's search for what's important. So let's say YouTube, insert. So we got the YouTube logo. I have YouTube open right here. Here is the highlight everything, the YouTube link. And then let's paste the YouTube link. And then you can, it looks like these are set up separately, but you can just add another item and then it'll continually add all the different social links for you. Let's edit this and go to Instagram, insert, then get the Instagram link, paste Instagram. Okay, so we got YouTube and Instagram, and LinkedIn isn't really that important for this. And so as I was showing before, with the navigator over here, so we could just right click on this and delete. So we have our logo, make better financial decisions, copyright 2022, YouTube, Instagram. So I think that looks good to me. Let's click on update. And so I think we have a pretty good start to what we would want for the home page. Now let's go through going to other pages that we want to edit, add pages, delete pages, etc. So to do that, if we click on the three little lines and go to exit to WordPress dashboard. So Elementor is more for editing each of the pages. The page creation, deletion, all of that you're going to do within WordPress. So now this is the WordPress dashboard. We're on the home page specifically, but if we go to all pages, you're going to see here. So I was playing around earlier and I created test page 2. So if for whatever reason decided, hey, this page I no longer want, what can we do here? Bulk action, move to trash. Apply. Okay, that page is no longer there. So if I wanted to create a new page, so for example, if I wanted to create our credit cards blog post page, so it's a summary of our credit card blog post, what I could do, I don't have credit card articles here yet, but essentially what I would do is I would create a new page and say credit cards and go to edit with Elementor. And then here, what I would want is if we scroll down further, here are the posts. I could drag and drop the article posts. And then what we would have to do that's not set up currently is if we go to content and then query. So in this part right now, what I would want to do is include by term, and then this would be where I have either a tag or category of credit cards, and it's just going to display the credit card articles on this page. Okay, so let's just magically pretend that happened, and then what we're going to want to do is we're going to publish the credit cards page, and then let's just go back to WordPress. Now, so that's the pages. So if you want to view all the pages, add a new page, you're going to do that right here. So one other page that I wanted to show you before we move on to the blog post articles is the contact form. So let's go to edit with Elementor for the contact page. And so this whole big hero section, I don't think is really necessary for the contact form. So goodbye. So let's say the form connected to ConvertKit is for readers of the blog, viewers of the YouTube channel to learn how to automate their finances. That's something that I'm going to keep in touch with them on a mass basis. So I'll send emails to a large group of people, and this page would maybe be for collaboration. So maybe someone wants me to come on their podcast, or a business wants to sponsor one of our YouTube videos. So maybe that's what this contact page is for. So this is going to be more of someone that wants to have a one-on-one conversation with me. Then this could be let me together. And then this form is the important part, that we want to make sure that we're collecting the right information and that this is going to be sent to me directly, as opposed to just adding someone to our email list. So then we'll edit the form. And we need additional information from them. So if we go to, say, add item, and then so text, the label could say message, the placeholder, message. And then one important thing with each one of these is it required? So do you need someone's full name? Do you need their email? So for me, for this specific type of form, you're going to want to make a lot of this required. You don't want someone just giving you their name and email when you want to know why they are contacting you. So company name required, email is already required, phone number maybe we make optional, full name required. So something like that would be the information that would need to be filled out. The only thing optional here is the phone number. Then we can change all sorts of stuff like the button. So do we want the button to be centered or to be left aligned, let's say. Scrolling down further, actions after submit. So we want collect submissions, email, and then collect submissions will be saved to Elementor submissions. And then the email, so this is the important part. I would want this to be sent to hello@greaterthanenough.com. Okay, so anytime someone signs up here, and then the from email could probably just be the same. So let's say hello. Okay, then that we're good to go. If someone fills out this form, we're gonna find out about it. Now that this is done, let's go back to WordPress, and I'm going to show you how to edit the post. So these are the pages, so non-blog post articles that are specific pages like so. And then posts right here are going to be your blog post articles. So as you saw me delete the test page earlier, what I probably want to do is go to select all for all of these, except my rock and roll blog. We can leave that one. And bulk actions, move to trash. Apply, move to trash. And these last two that were on page 2 just a second ago, we're going to do the same thing and apply. So now we only have the test blog post article I created a little bit ago. If I wanted to create a new blog post, I could click on add new. And what is this going to be out? Best credit cards 2022. So I could create the content here, or I can edit it within Elementor. So if we go to edit in Elementor, here's what's going to happen. So one thing that I may want to do, so if we add text, so you can see that it already pulls in the title and the date right here. So we have some text right here. And then let's say we want to add a new section. So let's just go back here, and I have a video about the best cashback credit cards. And so let's say I want to add that right here. Then I would go to the YouTube channel. Then I'm going to find that video. Okay, so let's say we want to add this video. Share, copy. And then here we're going to click on, it's already on the edit screen. So if we swap this out, okay, so we have the best credit cards article now, and we have the text here. So again, if there are other sections that I wanted to add to this, so again, if I wanted to add my automate your finances form, so someone could give me their email address, I would just add an HTML block here. There's tons of options that I could add to the blog right here. But let's just say we're good with that article. Let's go to publish. Okay, so blog post article done. Let's go back to WordPress. So exit to dashboard. Okay, so this is the best blog post. So if we wanted to see all the posts, you're going to see now we have 2 different blog post articles. If you wanted to double check anything, what we could do here is if we go to, say, all pages, and we go to the home page, and we scroll down, now you're going to see the newest article first. So best credit cards, rock and roll blog. So that's now being presented on the home page. So right now of setting this page up, we only have the home, about, and contact on the menu. To update this menu to now add our new credit cards page, what we would do for that is if we go to appearance, you're going to see menus. And so what we have now is home, about, and contact. And so if we wanted to add something else here, we could, if we want to add something to menu, so credit cards, add to menu. There we go. If we wanted this, let's say between, not sub item, so there. So we have home, credit cards, about, and contact is what we would like for the menu, save menu. And now if we go to pages and go to any of these pages essentially now, so if we go to the contact page, now you see home, credit cards, about, and contact. So if I was now done editing my draft website, let's go through all of the steps to now publish this on my custom domain, greaterthanenough.com. So to do that, let's go back to exit to dashboard. And then so you can see along the right-hand side here, connect your own domain. So let's do that. So manage domains plus, okay. First, edit your DNS records. Go to your domain provider and make sure your domain is updated with the CNAME or a record for your default Elementor domain. Okay, so we purchased this domain at Pork Bun, so we can go to Pork Bun. Let's sign in. All right. And then here is greater than enough. Let's see the details. Okay, so let's update the DNS records. And what we want now is an A record. If it's for the root domain, so www.greaterthanenough.com, then you leave this blank. And let's fill in the A record. So that would be this right here. And paste, add. Okay, so I added the A record. Now let's go, got it next. Now add your custom domain. So greaterenough.com. Also create www, set as my primary domain. Okay. And so what's going to happen is if someone puts in www, it'll forward to the one without www. Add. Okay, we're connecting greaterthanenough.com. We'll check that your domain is available and DNS records are updated. Then your site will get an SSL certificate. When your domain is ready, we'll notify you by email. Done. Boom. Okay. So after waiting just a couple of minutes after adding the A record to where we purchased the domain, it says right here now that greaterthanenough.com is the primary domain. So let's see if that works. Greaterthanenough.com. And sorry, this website is hidden right now. So there is a pin that on this very last page, if we scroll down a little bit further, you can see we could either leave it as private using our domain if we wanted to share it with people before it was public, or if we just turn off the site lock, the page is now unlocked. And then so if we wait probably just a few moments, we'll be able to see the website we created on our .com domain. Okay, so site lock is off. Let's open up another tab and try this again. So there we go. Here is the website that we created together. Now at our .com domain, greaterthanenough.com. So that's how easy it is to create a WordPress website using Elementor Cloud. As I mentioned before, this is the first WordPress related video on this channel. So if you have questions about WordPress, Elementor, building your website, let us know down below in the comments. We can either respond to you there, or maybe we'll create a video in response to your question. If you want to watch more of our content, the latest video on this channel is up above, and YouTube thinks you should watch this video down below. Hope to see you in those and future videos. Bye.